happening, guys? It's your boy, the Chevy Nerd. Welcome back to part 2 of the brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado Duramax. I am super stoked to go over the interior because this is what makes this new model shine. We went to the exterior on the last video. There's a lot of really cool things in the outside that make it really pop. But now we're going to go into the fun part of the car and the biggest upgrade that we've done to General Motors. Now, in my opinion, General Motors has always been a very conservative company. And I'm not talking politics here. They just play it safe. So I almost feel like they'd like to wait and see about trends and things that happen, and then they learn from other people's mistakes and slap it onto the new product. I love this approach because I feel like this gives us the opportunity to get things done right. Now, let's take a look at this new product here. Once again, 2022 Chevrolet Silverado Duramax 3.0. Let's look at the inside and see what it has new this time around, and we'll compare it to the old version as well, so you can literally see the eye-opening change that General Motors did on this episode of the Chevy Nerd. Alright guys, Chevy Nerd going in, checking out the new interior. Let's do it together. Alright, here we go. Ooh, baby! Ooh, gosh. Just as you open the door, everything starts popping right away. A whole new design, beginning with the door, a different style when it comes to the introduction of your vehicle. This is pretty cool, guys. So they've taken a couple of the components and technology, especially on the LTZ. We used to have a lot of components in this area on the previous model, and more towards the wall here, such as the memory seats and stuff like that. This one looks different, and the presentation on this, I think it's awesome. So minor changes when it comes to positioning of certain things like the memory seats. Memory seats move from the bottom here to the top. It used to have a couple buttons here, a little bit different, but much more visible. I like this because simplicity is key. At least I think when driving a vehicle, the last thing that you want is a lot of distractions. So I like the fact that the buttons are a little bit larger. They're definitely more visible. I like that, as well as your lock and unlock right through the handle there. Makes sense instead of somewhere completely different. So that's another really cool and smart move from Chevrolet. I like that. A couple basic things that have always been there is obviously your automatic windows. So first, the front two on the LTZs are automatics. The rear are obviously still automatic, but they don't have like that. There's two clicks here. So you'll see that 1, 2, and that automatically can roll it completely up or down depending on what you want to do. Now, this one's really cool. I'm a big speaker guy, love music, and the redesign into the speaker here is really cool. Now, one thing I did notice in comparison to this speaker and the previous model is the sound is so much crisper. So much crisper. It's just the sound quality. The bass volumes on there are just phenomenal. So not much distortion. So there's definitely, it's not just the same Bose system, it is an upgraded sound on there too. So I like that. I like the fact that it's not just a styling change, it's also a quality change with the product, which is awesome. Now, going into the cabin, one of the major things is I noticed right away is they kept the same spacious kind of design and setup. So the increase that we had from the 2018 models to the 2019 models was substantial, and it gave us so much room. They kept that same feel, but they revamped the interior. Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and step on in. Now that I'm in, I'm going to try to back up the seat as much as I can so you guys can get a good overview. And oh gosh, this backs up really quite a bit. So here we have, oh, check out this animation, guys. Wow. So that right there is a full digital display of the Silverado. There's no more physical clusters up there, so really cool. There's a welcome screen here, and there's also a welcome screen over here. We missed that when we came in, but that is really neat. That's another thing, kind of like the welcoming lights that we did on the previous video, so that is super cool. Now, on this particular model, you'll notice that there's this electronic adjustment here too, which works with your memory seats. We've had them on previous ones, but I didn't notice that too much on the High Country or the LTZ on the previous models. I'm almost thinking it didn't have it, but let's take a look at the outline here. All right, in this area here, we see very similar components to the previous model. So on the left-hand side of the dash, we are starting to see some differences between the previous model and this model, but a lot of the same locations are where they're at before when it comes to things such as the 4x4, the different modes for driving, the parking, brake, lighting, everything's there. It just was displayed slightly different here. Now, coming up, we have a completely new redesigned dash. So, looking at it, it definitely delivers more of that futuristic and aesthetic look. So what you're going to see, let's start up here. We definitely see a little bit of a difference here. This is going to be interesting because it is a type of glossy surface, so fingerprints can't get onto it, but it does, once it's clean, have a really nice shine to it, which gives this this appearance a little bit more pizzazz, I think. A lot more looks that stands out, so really cool stuff. You have your heads-up display on this particular model with the technology package, so this guy here controls the setup. It projects them to the window there. We've seen it before in previous videos, very similar to the Camaros and Corvettes on some of their sports packages. But as we take a look, let's kind of sink in here into the cluster. We see a completely different look here. We no longer see any physical clusters on there. It's a huge digital display panel, which is really nice. A lot of your emergency lights and check engine stuff is right over here. And then we have a couple other lights at the bottom, but a lot of your information is going to come through that center portion there too. Now, when it comes to the wheel, there is a big change. So what is the change? Well, the cool thing about it is you look at it and you're like, wait a minute, where is it? But the change is right here. These guys here. This is going to be a paddle shifter to shift down and up on your gears. This is awesome because now, if we pay attention here, where the heck did the shifter go? It's gone. And yes, it's gone because General Motors has moved completely to the electronic precision shift. Everything is done here to go into drive, reverse, park. Everything's done here. It's a really awesome change. It gives the cabin a completely different look. It's been, gosh, I don't think ever in the history of General Motors, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, that we have gone away from the shifter until now. So this is kind of a really neat move. And if you've noticed, a lot of other companies such as Dodge and Ford have already tried things like this, where they have this style of shifter as well as this shifter. You also see with the Dodges, they have those knobs. This is classy. This is beautiful. This is stylish. And this is the future, which is, I really do like it. And then, obviously coming around, huge change when it comes to the infotainment system. A lot of great stuff here. I think that the layout is definitely a little bit better when it comes to button positioning on some of the key functions and features that your vehicle has. And then right towards the bottom, a lot of the creature comforts, things such as cooled seats, heated seats, dual zone climate controls. I like this a lot. It's very it's black and white. It's super easy. And then trailer brake, once again, we put it on the right hand side. Good move by General Motors, switching it from the 2018 versions to now onto the right hand side. It just makes a little bit more sense. So definitely appreciate that. Now going into the console area here, pretty cool. I mean, they have a little spot for your pen, cup holders there, a little area for maybe coins, change, trash, whatever you guys think. This area here is also a great place to place a couple things too. Now, one of my favorite things too that they added is kind of like a very hidden storage for your wireless charger. This is kind of cool. So on here, if I wanted to use the wireless charger, so this is my cell phone, all I have to do on the wireless charger, boom, slip it in, it's good. It starts charging. Now this kind of connects into the little console area here, where we have a little, coin holder, or just, random accessory things that you have there. You have USB-C and USB there as well. And then you remove that, you have storage area there with lighting. That's the cord for the engine heater there too, the heater block. Okay, so, and then you still have, for the accessories, you can still have the little file holder there, so that's still there, but that's what holds this guy up there too. So definitely like that. Very similar to last models. The two cup holders in the back as well, so it does have those additional cup holders there too. So really awesome stuff. And then here, I like the new design for the dash here because it really looks clean. And in comparison, you're probably thinking, you know what? Did they go down in storage? Where is the glove compartment that was at the top? There used to be two. Well, there's still two. Don't freak out. So right over here, you're going to have this little button press here, and it's going to release this guy. I do like it because it looks cleaner. Okay, it does kind of mold into the entire dash, where it just makes it look like it's just one solid piece. So I do appreciate that attention to detail there. I do enjoy it. And then we still have your old classic opening here. So pretty cool stuff. This model obviously equipped with the leather seat, perforated seats as well. So being the LTZ, it does have that nice luxury. And then looking around, not a lot of other changes when it comes to the top of the vehicle here, at least when it comes to things such as your lighting. And then you have your home link right over here. Sorry if you can't see it, I just don't have the best of lighting in here, but it is freaking awesome. The Bose sound system obviously in there too. Z71 packaging. Z71 packaging gives you that Z71 emblem onto the floor mats on there. Really makes it stand out. So I do appreciate those details that General Motors puts. But on the next video, we're going to cover the new dash system here. So it'll be a quick video that covers this guy here, and then we'll talk a little bit about this guy over here when it comes to the camera systems as well as other features. But stay tuned for that video. Let's head to the back and take a look at that. So coming back here, once again, very similar. Not many changes really happened here, but you have a little bit of different aesthetic towards the back as well, very similar towards the front, and the new redesigned speaker there too. Kind of makes it stand out with a little bit of the chrome. Going inside here, we still have the same little pouches that we had before, so great for storage. Now the seat is all the way back, as much as it can go. Look at how much space that is. That is freaking awesome. So if you're looking for a family vehicle that just has a bunch of room and you're going to be comfortable in it, family's going to be comfortable, this is perfect. But that wraps everything up today, guys, when it comes to the brand new Chevy Silverado 2022 Duramax. We'll be covering a couple more things on this bad boy, but I want to split it up to a couple videos. That way it's not too long. If you made it so far, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And we'll see you next time on The Chevy Nerd.